To the Nueces County Courthouse, where in less than 60 days a new administration will take over. For the first time in history, a top position will be held by a Latina and a native of Corpus Christi. Our Rudy Trevino spent some time with County Judge-elect Barbara Canales, where she shared her inspirations, her goals, and her love of history.
Thank you. Glad to see you.
With the political dust now settled, the Nueces County Judge-elect stepped into what will soon be her office.
And look at all this space. So I'm interested in everything. Right?
And while everything is in her line of sight to address, efficiency is just one of many items.
Everything about this building has potential because there's so much space. There should be a real analysis, department by department, and we've got to get modern, and we've got to be able to be welcoming.
Canales says prioritizing will be key to addressing the county's most pressing needs.
There are the big picture things like economic development, and then there are smaller but still incredibly vital, like improving, how the Historical Commission is allowed to exhibit their wares.
It was a decade ago when Canales first ran for the Texas Senate and lost. This time, in her run for county judge, she says she made it her mission to win, thanks to her family's inspiration.
My own father was the very first Hispanic United States attorney. My grandmother is the first Latina Texas Women's Hall of Famer. I've always thought that first people who have done things for the first time are people that are extraordinary. I did not believe that I was going to be in that category.
Canales says she's working on planning for her swearing in on January 1st, perhaps a small event, and then planning for a public one on the 2nd. One thing is for sure, she's anxious to take office and hit the ground running. Rudy Trevino, 3 News.